Hello everybody, welcome to this week's Wisdom Wednesday. My name is Kristen Gear. I am the Director of Operations for BNI Arizona, and every single week I come to you with a weekly education nugget called Wisdom Wednesday that counts as one chapter education unit for watching. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this week's edition. We are in our second week of the new year, guys. I want to make sure that we do a couple checks and balances, right? Especially depending on which role you're in. We did training for some of you a couple months ago, and so it'll be important to make sure that we're reminded of the weekly things that we want to make sure that are getting done with all of the different roles. But before I get into that, I wanted to remind everyone, if you haven't completed your training, please do so before the 15th. To have you listed in your role, we need to get everyone through the training. Biggest thing, guys, is the easiest thing to make sure to get completed is the Tips for Success sessions. I sent out the links in a lot of different emails lately, but the most recent one was in the Power of One email just last week. So every single role is linked in with those tips for success. So it's not just presidents, not just VPs, not just secretary treasurers, it's every single role, guys. So you want to make sure to watch the one for your specific team. So we've got the president's team that has presidents, education, events, growth, power team, social media, and then we have our vice president's team. That's vice presidents, assistant vice presidents, membership committee, and mentors. And then we've got the secretary treasurer team. That's secretary treasurers, visitor hosts, and timers. So it does have all of the updated information that you're going to need to know for the new year. It has all of the tips for your specific roles to set you up for success. So you want to make sure that you watch it. It's kind of like an extended Wisdom Wednesday. So make sure to tune in to those tips for success. There's even some Mythbuster questions filtered in throughout the sessions. So make sure to watch that. It's just about an hour long, so it's not even that long, and it does count as 2 chapter education units. So if you're looking for some more chapter education units, make sure to tap into those as well. Now, if you want to learn about some of the other roles, you are more than welcome to watch any of the different Tips for Success sessions. So they are open to anyone to watch. You just want to make sure that you are definitely tapping into the one for your specific role for this new year. So some tips, guys, for the new year, some of the big things that are already popping up. One, we want to make sure our visitor hosts, our presidents, everyone is focused on visitor follow-up. Now, there's multiple pieces to the visitor follow-up, so we want to make sure now that we are 1 week in, I didn't want to overwhelm everyone on the very first week, but we're 1 week in. And so here's some reminders that if you didn't already do these things in week 1, we need to start doing these things so that way we don't get too far behind, especially with visitor follow-up. When it comes to the leadership and support team transition time, there's some key things that may get missed or lost in translation when it comes to the transition from the previous team to the new team. So some key things to think about, guys, is 1, when visitors register for your meeting, visitor host team should be following up prior to the meeting. Also making sure that everyone is set up at the meeting. Visitor hosts, all the support team members should be there early to the meeting to set up, be ready to go. Visitor hosts, if you guys need more sticky name tags for visitors for your meetings, if you go to bniarizona.com, click on resources, you'll be able to submit an order and I can send them right to you free of charge. You just have to let us know when you need more and we'll get them sent out your way. Super, super easy. But make sure that the visitor host table is set up and ready to go. If you guys need more sign-in sheets, that is available in the Leadership and Support Team Google Drive folder, and those are located in the Visitor Host Resources. Now, to find that folder, again, it's on the Resources page on the BNI Arizona website, so no login needed on the BNI Arizona page. The Resources page has a ton of different things that are available to you guys. So it does have the sticky name tag order form. It does have the link to the Leadership and Support Team Google Drive folder. And if you remember and you lost your actual name badge, The order form for those is right on that website too, because I've been getting that question a lot, is where do I go to order a new name badge? So if you just go to bniarizona.com, click on resources, all of that information will be right there for you guys. Now, once we have all of the sign-in stuff, we want to make sure that we're having our visitor orientations for any first-time visitors in the room, and then the fortunes and the follow-up. So our visitor host team should be following up, the presidents should be calling the visitors, and then if you are a power team member or a potential power team member for a visitor that came and visited your meeting, we want to make sure that we're following up with them too. So there's multiple points of contact when it comes to the visitor follow-up. A lot of times when we're going through these leadership and support team transitions, because there's so much going on, sometimes the little things get missed. So we always want to make sure that we're keeping up on all of the different pieces that make a meeting successful. Now, for our vice presidents, membership committee members, biggest thing is making sure that we communicate with anyone that has their application in. So if there were previous applications that were in the queue for your chapter prior to transition, we need to make sure that we're going through all of those. If they're declined, making sure that they're marked declined, or if they may just need more follow-up if you haven't seen them come to the meeting in a while. So going through all of the pending applications would be perfect. If someone has changed their mind, you let me know. So that's always one of the biggest communications. If there needs to be updates to removing an application, removing a member from a chapter roster, that all goes through me. So the best way to contact me is through email, and I'm sure you all have my email address already. That's Kristen@bniarizona.com. So make sure to email me if you need any of those updates, because it is not available for vice presidents or anyone on the leadership team to update that information in BNI Connect. So that does go through me. Check to make sure that your location is good, that it's listed on the site. Another piece, guys, leadership teams, make sure that all of the members are listed correctly for the support team roles. We have our BNI Connect tech support. They took everything from my master list and plugged it into BNI Connect, but there have been some mistakes. So if you see anything that is not right, just shoot me an email and I'll be able to update it super, super easy. Outside of that, secretary treasurers, make sure that the speakers are entered into BNI Connect. That way the speakers get the reminders, and that way the members who are the upcoming speakers, their names will get posted on the BNI Arizona website on your chapter page. So it's a great way for extra visibility for your members in your chapter. And again, the automated system reminders help a lot as well. Leadership teams, making sure you guys are plugging in your annual calendar. So making sure that we decide what weeks are the holidays. And so this is all done by the leadership team. So president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, that's who decides this information. So as a leadership team, they will go through the calendar and plug in which weeks the chapter will be taking off for the holidays. We always recommend Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and 4th of July, and sometimes some Tuesday chapters take off for Labor Day and Memorial Day, but that's really it. So confirming that information, and then also plugging in your open business days for the entire year. So we do recommend that every chapter does at least one open business day, what we used to call visitors days, to do one of those per quarter. So as a leadership team, they're going to kind of put together the calendar for the entire year. Once you have those dates, make sure to send them over to me so I can help set up a speaker. Let's see, what other updates? Mentors. So if you are a new mentor, please make sure that you are, connecting with any newer members, especially if you had a member that just joined prior to the transition. We want to make sure that no members get lost in translation, because that is the worst feeling ever as a new member, with all the changes going on and then getting missed for being connected with a mentor. So mentors, make sure that you're connecting with all the members, being proactive with reaching out, getting them set up for success for your chapter. One, going over the 4-week mentor process, but 2, being a resource for them if they have any questions outside of that 4-week material. So we always want to make sure that members know who to go to as a resource if they have questions. For our social media team, so there are a lot of social media images that are available, especially on the BNI Arizona website. So if you didn't know, our executive assistant, Shay, she has actually created a lot of material, and it's all on the main BNI Arizona page. So it's not on this page, it's not on the private members only page, it's on the BNI Arizona business page. And so what I wanted to show you guys is, I'm going to flip the screen here. So on our page, she has created images for every single chapter. So as you can see, I'm just going to click to see all photos. Maybe that wasn't the best way. Okay, hold on one second. So on our page, as you can see, she created images for every single chapter. So if I scroll down a little bit, oh, there's albums. So in the albums, we've got all the Friday chapters. We've also got Thursday chapter weekly events. So all of the Thursday chapters, you guys are all listed in here. So every single chapter has a social media image with QR codes. So these are easily shareable on social media or to potential visitors and guests. You can use these images to help promote your chapter. So if you see any images on here that you would love to have for your chapter, like I said, all of this information is accessible on the BNI Arizona page. So here's an album for the Wednesday chapters. So all the Wednesday chapters are listed in there with the QR codes all ready to go. So you don't have to recreate the wheel, guys. So make sure that you're tapping into all of the resources that we've already created for you guys. So that way, again, you don't have to recreate the wheel. This is going to be great for the social media team and even any of the members in your chapter. If at the very least you share your chapter's little social media image, you never know what visitors may show up at your weekly event, right? So make sure to utilize those images. If you see different chapters using things, by all means, like share information between each other. We have a couple chapters that are doing a lot of amazing social media posts regarding chapter events. They're also posting some key categories that they're looking for to add into the chapter. Taking videos of open networking in the chapter meeting and using that as more visibility to attract more visitors into the meeting. So there's lots of ways of how we can tap into social media, and especially since it is so, it's kind of like buzzing right now, right? With all of the either Facebook or Instagram, it's ramping up. So you want to make sure that your chapter is on those platforms to take advantage of all of that information. For our events teams, we want to make sure that we're scheduling out those events, communicating it inside the chapter meetings, growth team coordinating with the leadership teams for those quarterly open business days so we can get those ramped up and ready to go. Make sure, guys, that you're checking out all the resources on the leadership and support team Google Drive folder. I created that so that way everyone could have a streamlined source to every BNI document that's out there. Like, if there's new stuff that comes out, I upload it into that Google Drive. And again, you can find that on the resources page on the BNI Arizona website. It'll ask you to gain like permission for the page first. Once you've done that once, it won't ask you to do that for an additional time. So make sure to check out all those resources. So for our vice presidents, I didn't mention this, but want to make sure that the PALMS reports are submitted. And when you do decide which weeks to that you guys are having holidays, make sure to submit the PALMS report ahead of time for those dates in BNI Connect. That way visitors can't register for those dates. And if you need help with anything, please, please, please reach out to me. I am a huge resource for you guys. You can also reach out to your director. One of the things that I talked about in the Tips for Success sessions was the levels of support that a chapter has within BNI Arizona. So at the very least, guys, if you are not in a role, go check out at least the first half of the Tips for Success sessions any one of them would be great because I share that information on all 3 of the different teams' sessions. So learn more information about BNI. I talk about the history of BNI and all of the different levels of support within the chapter level, but then also a BNI Arizona as a whole level. I never want a chapter to think that they don't have BNI Arizona support. So please, please, please reach out to your director, reach out to myself. We're here to help you succeed. So I never want you to think that you don't have someone in your corner. So let me know if you need anything. I appreciate all of you for watching these Wisdom Wednesdays. I am going to be working on finding a platform that can cross-stream these to Facebook and YouTube, because we do have some members that are not on Facebook, and I want to make sure that these are accessible to those members as well. So I'm working on some options. So if you know of a platform that can stream to both, that is compatible with a PC, because I'm not a Mac user. If you know of something, let me know. If you've used something in the past and you're like, I love this platform, let me know, because I am working on making sure that we can stream the information to both platforms, so that way more members can actually have access to these Wisdom Wednesday videos. The links used to be easily shareable, but now it's not. Facebook changed some things, so now it's not working like it used to. So I want to make sure that every member has access to the information. If you didn't see my email from yesterday, guys, it is time to vote for your chapter's member of the year. Super, super important. The chapter's member of the year is all based on your nominations. So every single chapter, we're going to have 84 chapter members of the year. And each chapter, the winner is all based on the nominations. So we really need your nominations in. I think we have almost 600 nominations in so far, and it is due this Friday. So you got 2 days to submit your nominations. So again, make sure to look for the link in the email. I'll also put the link in the comments for you guys if you, for some reason, didn't see the email, didn't receive it. I did send it through BNI Connect. So if your email is has blocked the BNI Connect notifications email, you may not have seen it, or it may have gone to spam. So check your spam folder, because I might be there. And I also included the information for our end of the year celebration. So Friday, November 8th from 8:30 to 11 at Orange Tree Golf Course. It is the biggest networking event of the year, guys. Make sure to sign up fast, because as we get closer, the registrations go really, really quick. So it's going to be over 200 members at the event. If you want to participate, make sure to go register. It's all on the BNI Arizona calendar, but I did include the link in the email I sent yesterday with the nomination link. So just scroll down a little bit and you'll see the event information at the bottom there. If you have any questions, let me know, guys. Make sure to go log 1 chapter education for watching today. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next week.